Feed the Reactor, a clicker game where you manage a reactor. Is it worth the price tag of €6.89? Let's find out. While you're here, tell me what makes a great clicker game. Comment down below. Hello everyone and welcome to Money's Worth. Feed the Reactor is without discounts €6.89, so I set out to play it for 7 hours or until I completed the game, and after just under 3 hours I completed the game. Let's take a look at the gameplay and content and then I will give my opinion of the game. Let's go. The core gameplay revolves around managing a reactor. You place igniters and fuel inside it, and the igniters burn the fuel to create energy. That energy is then used to upgrade the reactor so it can hold more materials, burn fuel faster and generate even more energy. You start with a small amount of material capacity and everything inside the reactor counts towards that limit. This forces you to balance your setup. Too little fuel and your igniters have nothing to burn. Too many igniters and you waste material space without gaining efficiency. Finding the right mix is the main challenge. As you progress, you unlock auto fuel, which saves you from constant clicking. You also unlock research. Research points let you upgrade the reactor even further, increasing your energy output and speeding up your progression. Later upgrades introduce new mechanics like heaters, which boost igniter damage through heat multiplier. These add more depth but also require careful material management since every component takes up space. Eventually you reach prestige, which lets you use these prestige points to massively boost future runs. The numbers get wild, and the game becomes a loop of upgrading, clicking, optimizing, and pushing for higher reactor levels. There's also a small minigame later on. It's a quick side activity that adds a bit of variety without changing the core loop. Overall, the gameplay is exactly what you'd expect from an idle clicker. Simple at first, then increasingly complex as more systems unlock, with a constant push toward higher efficiency. The gameplay is nothing new, but is quite entertaining. Let's take a look at the content. If you like my review, consider hitting that subscribe button to get notified of my new videos. Thank you. The content is centered around the reactor and its upgrade path. You unlock new fuel types, new reactor components, more research options, and eventually the prestige system. Each layer adds more ways to increase your output and push the reactor further. There's a small story that appears later in the game, but it's light and mostly serves as a backdrop to the progression. The spaceship minigame and world travel system adds a bit of extra flavor, but the main content is still the reactor itself. As with most clicker games, the content spirals upwards. More upgrades, more numbers, more systems feeding into each other. It's satisfying if you enjoy watching progress grow exponentially, but it stays focused on that single loop. In short, the content is steady and expands over time, but it remains tightly centered around reactor management and incremental upgrades. Let's get into the ratings. With tags like clicker and idler, Feed the Reactor is mostly a clicker game. You don't have to wait long for upgrades and you can improve something almost all the time. There are very few bugs, which is great. The gameplay is a bit too simple for my taste and I ended up using the same strategy for most of the game. I rate the gameplay a 3 out of 5. I finished the game in just under 3 hours. I didn't feel like starting another run because I never had to make choices that really changed my playstyle. The story is very limited and doesn't add much. The whole experience could have been stretched out a bit to make it last longer. I rate the content a 3 out of 5. Feed the Reactor is on the cheap side at €6.89. It gives a decent experience, but overall is too short and too simple. If you really enjoy clicker games, you might have some fun with it, but it doesn't stand out from other games in the genre. I rate the Money's Worth a 3 out of 5. I hope you found out if Feed the Reactor could be your money's worth. You can look through my other videos to see if you can find games that will be your money's worth. Thank you for watching, see you in the next video.